Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to another episode of Meet the Presenters. Today, I am joined by Jackie Thompson. Jackie Thompson is a hypnotist, a well-being coach, an author, and a Reiki master. She has been in the holistic field with experience over the last 15, 16 years, and it's an absolute pleasure to have her here. So I'd like to introduce Jackie Thompson. Hello, Jackie.
Hello. Thank
How
you
are
very
you?
much for inviting me.
No, you're very welcome. You're very welcome indeed. It's a pleasure to have you. So, first things first, you're speaking at the Irish Hypnotherapy Conference with us.
I am.
I'm looking forward to that. And I would like, firstly, for those of people who maybe don't know about you, tell us a little bit about yourself, if you would, please.
Okay. Um, as Andy said, I've been in the holistic field for about 15, 16 years now. And I was previously in a uh, very corporate world. I'd even signed the Official Secrets Act. That's how corporate
Wow.
it was. Uh, and I had a huge life change. And you can ask me about that whenever you like, but not on here.
Okay.
Um, I had a huge life change, and it resulted in me moving away from everyone and everything that I knew.
Okay.
I moved to the other end of the country. So I was in the Midlands and I went down to Somerset
That is indeed.
and didn't know anybody, had to completely start afresh. And as part of that, I fell back into a spiritual world and realized that I'd got a lot of healing to do. It was, well, life had taken me in ways that I really didn't want to go. And I had a chance to start afresh, and I did. Now, we never start completely afresh, we start from experience. And I'd had some pretty horrible ones. But I soon realized by going to spiritual events, particularly a Louise Hay Heal Your Life event,
Okay.
that I had a very unhappy and very wounded inner child.
Okay.
And that was the start. So I was healing. I started practicing in the holistic field. I did all sorts of training, a bit like a kid in a sweet shop, just, oh, what can I have next? Or what can I have as well? And I ended up adding hypnosis to the mix. And in the meantime, having sworn I would never ever get married again, I'd met somebody and got married. Um, and I ended up in London.
Okay.
And I was trying to build this business. I did some hypnotherapy training, some hypnotherapy training. It was amazing training, and became a clinical hypnotherapist. And London was great. It really was great. But after lockdown, I needed to accommodate my mum because she
Okay.
didn't do well. So we decided we'd move, and we've ended up in North Wales. So I've been all over the UK,
Yeah.
now living and practicing in North Wales.
Mhm.
I obviously have a room. Well, I work from home. We bought a B&B so as we could actually use it to run retreats and things like that.
Oh,
So
cool.
we do all sorts of wonderful things.
Mhm.
And I have a good hypnotherapy practice. And for some reason, I found myself uh, specializing, if you like, because
Okay.
we always attract the people who need to come to us.
Yes.
And I ended up specializing in inner child healing.
Cool.
So I have now produced a course and a book blending Louise Hay's inner child philosophies and hypnosis.
Okay.
And so my talk this year was a natural progression from that, talking about intergenerational trauma
Okay.
and hypnosis.
Okay. So just let me touch on something there. Obviously, you've been in the holistic
Hmm.
world for 15 or 16 years. And excuse me, with hypnotherapy, since you learned hypnosis, since you learned all about hypnotherapy and you've got a successful practice at the moment, which is great, how has your understanding and approach evolved over time towards what you do and how you practice?
Oh, immensely.
Mm.
Just by mm, doing extra training courses. Um, but also, I suppose I'm an imaginative person myself.
Okay.
So I've explored a lot, what if? What if I try that? What if I do that? And I found that having the holistic therapies, excuse me, I could bring in coaching elements, but with hypnosis.
Hmm.
So I call my business Hypno Wellbeing
Okay.
because yes, it's based on hypnosis, but there's clinical hypnosis, there's spiritual hypnosis, there's elements of Reiki as well, but all of the training that I've had, all the other training, all plays into it. So, I've done a bit of NLP and obviously CBT and all those things.
Hmm.
Don't have formal qualifications in them, but there are elements of that in my diploma. And I've just sort of taken on board from other more experienced therapists. Going to the conferences is a great way
Hmm.
of, boosting your own knowledge and actually proving to you that you know more than you think.
Yes. We spoke about that just beforehand, and
Oh yeah,
it is true. You do end up going, oh my word, I know
yeah,
quite a lot here. Um,
yeah.
so no, you've a wealth of experience yourself, and I'd be very much looking forward to your presentation. With that said, why should people come and see you? What's your presentation all about? I know you've touched on it a little bit, but if you would, could no, don't give it all away. But if you were to give a little bit of context and a little bit of background as to what your presentation is about, it'd be great if you could share some with us now, please.
Well, intergenerational trauma. I deal with a lot of midlife women.
Okay.
In fact, probably most of my clients are midlife women. So they've gone through life, and you know, I hear a lot of, well, it has to be that way because that's the way my mum and my gran did it, you know, and it's like these patterns that they pass down. And obviously there's the other side of it as well. There's the not so good things that come down the
Hmm.
generations.
Hmm.
Um, and it's about helping them recognize that because that's the way it's always been, it doesn't mean it's the way it's always got to be going forward. So whilst I will acknowledge and listen and all of that sort of thing, but what I try and do is encourage them to change the way they want to carry on.
Yeah.
I ask them what they really want. 9 times out of 10, they want to not be like their mum.
Yeah.
I always said, if I turn out like my mum, shoot me. And my kids have often said to me, what do you mean if?
You get the truth there, I take it, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and I'm curious. I'm watching my daughter because she's just had a baby,
Yeah.
and I'm just watching to see how she is
Yeah.
as she progresses with her children going forward. Because I'm sure she'll be very like me, whether she's aware of it or not.
It's like my wife, as I get older, my wife keeps saying you're so like your dad. I think
Ah,
you learn what you know,
yeah,
what you've
yeah.
experienced. But what would you say would be the key message that you would love for people who come to see you to take away from your presentation?
Well, what I'd like people to take away from my presentation is confidence,
Hmm.
maybe some awareness that they didn't have before, inspiration,
Okay.
and the tools to just go and do it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and most hypnotists already have the tools, but perhaps wouldn't think about using them in the way that I use them.
Yeah. And that's
You know, we're all unique. I'm unique. I do things my way, but also to come and listen and engage, but take what they want and leave what they don't want.
good message.
Because,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just one person, and there will be so many other people at that conference who will have maybe different opinions, different ideas, different advice.
Yeah. But that's important to say because, as we spoke about a little bit earlier, it's with the importance of conferences, you can go along and you can little cherry pick bits off that you
Yeah,
like and add to your own practice and make your own, you know. There's
yeah,
nothing new, it's just repackaging something in a different way.
definitely.
And you
Yeah,
can really well, I don't want to put words in anyone's mouths, but it's one of the things that you can learn from attending things like the Irish Hypnotherapy conferences. You can learn to go, actually, I can make that my own, you know.
yeah.
So, but I tell you what, I'm looking forward to your presentation. I really, really am. So, with that said, what would you say to people who were potentially on the fence about coming to the Irish Hypnotherapy conference? What would you say to people to encourage them to come? What's the importance of attending the Irish Hypnotherapy conference?
Well, I would say definitely get off that fence and come because, you know, it's connection. You'll meet so many
Yeah.
people, and it's a wonderful community. You know, they're all in the same game. We're all very friendly,
Mhm.
and you know, if somebody I don't know comes and talks to me, I love it. You know, I'm there to meet people. Yes, I'm going to talk, but that's not all of it for me. I'm looking forward to learning and talking about ideas, getting involved in discussions and all of that sort of thing. And, you know, there's everything there that you could want.
Yeah, there really, really is.
Yeah,
Well, Jackie, I would like to personally thank you for your time today. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
you're very welcome.
No, thank you. And I would very much encourage everyone to go and see you at the Irish Hypnotherapy Conference. And yeah, thank you very much for your time. And I would like to encourage everyone to go and see you. So have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining us. Bye.
Bye.